Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Starting it off, I just saw something very freaking interesting. As usual, crypto law is faster than me. Please consider following if you haven't. And it referred to this right here. Breaking: John Deaton, who is very known in the XRP community for being a lawyer involved with the Ripple versus SEC case, not directly, but rather indirectly, because he is filing something against the SEC for their unfair treatment of, XRP holders. Breaking: John Deaton files motion to intervene in Ripple case in SDNY as an XRP holder. Quote, "Today, I am filing a motion to intervene. I'm calling the agency on its arguments, and I will see this through to the end." Read this announcement right here. Well, guys, you can read it for yourselves if you want to. I'm not going to personally read everything right here because it is not that necessary, mostly for the reason that all this legal stuff here is not yet big until we get a response. I've told you guys about this before. It's not about the filing, it's not about something coming in, it's about what the result is going to be. In the same way, I don't really care too much about the SEC alleging XRP to be a security. I care about what comes out afterwards. In the middle, I'm just buying more because I am betting, basically, on a positive outcome. We're not sure though. That is again why you can never really rely on this stuff too much. But again, this whole ordeal here is nice to see, but let's just wait for some response to see whether or not this will actually be a big deal. That's my own opinion, not legal advice, not financial advice, whatever. Now guys, put down below in the comment section if you would actually be happy with XRP at $15. Not only happy, right, but if you would cash out all your crypto. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in another video, but for right now, just put that down below so I can actually use all your input and all your information in the next video. So again, if you didn't get it, just put down below, would you cash out all your XRP at $15 per XRP? Then, straight up XRP posted, XRP needs a 55 times in price to surpass Bitcoin market cap. That's a price of only $25. I think that XRP will make it this bull cycle. And now, I've explained before that there's not really any big reason as to why XRP could not hit $25 at one point or another in the future. Yet, if we're talking about realistic price ideas in the near future, $6 to $10, honestly, is actually a little bit more realistic in the sense that this would be, well, we win the lawsuit, for example, we go to about $5 or so, and then because all the exchanges start listing it and a little bit of extra FOMO, we, for example, go just a little bit higher. And this is still 3 times all-time high. And yes, Bitcoin has already done 3 times all-time high, but it also depends on how long you think the bull cycle will last, right? If you think it's going to only last this year and then be done, then again, the expectation of the XRP price should be a little bit lower than if you're thinking that this bull cycle will actually last another 2 years or so, because then your XRP price target could be way higher. But if we're talking 2021, for example, I don't think a $6-7 price prediction is really that crazy. All, in my opinion, that it would take is to win a lawsuit, going to about $2 instantly. I think that would definitely not be crazy. Then slowly increase over time as more exchanges start to list it and people go berserk because, hey, at that point it is properly and finally regulated. And then just kind of gradually keep increasing with the rest of the crypto market in this bull cycle to about maybe $7 or so, maybe even, now I don't think 10 before the end of the year, but somewhere along those lines. Then I wanted to quickly say I am actually still ridiculously bullish on Bitcoin. Today we saw a little bit of a correction and it had a lot of people asking me over on Twitter if I thought that some negative things were to come, but no guys, I'm still ridiculously bullish, ridiculously happy with everything that's moving right here. And yeah, what else can I say, guys? We're making money, we're making bank in the crypto space. As long as you hold more than one crypto, I still think you are good. Yet that is an own personal opinion, all right? You can hold only one if that's your thing, but I always tell people, just buy yourself a bunch. If you really have no idea, just buy the top 10 and go with the flow from there on forward. But just make sure you involve yourself with more than one crypto. In my opinion, it's not the best to only buy Bitcoin, not the best to only buy XRP, but buy a bulk. Then I've been also busy all day long by trying to keep myself up with all the different analysis that I can find over on TradingView because I like sharing them. I just like it because this is what the people see. So this might also be what you guys are not seeing if you don't know where to look, right? You can see there's a lot of likes that came in. Today, this is March 13th, so yesterday, Today's bullish breakout is a new historic milestone for Bitcoin. Indeed, this breakout eliminates the threat of a double top at about 58,000 and invalidates a cup and handle pattern with a target at about $75 or so. Then, the rebound on the 60% Bitcoin dominance threshold has indeed taken place. See my first related idea. Also, I have already demonstrated to you several times the strength of cup and handle on Bitcoin. On this subject, you can see my second related idea, which revealed Bitcoin's ultimate low in December 2018 and the exact bull run that ensued. Unbelievable. In this case here, all he has is actually 2021. That's at least what he has put in the chart. We can see here cup and handle one bullish pattern. Right after it played out, basically, we saw a huge bullish breakout. Bullish breakout validating C and H1, which is cup and handle, pattern one. Then, I guess here's just, the cup and handle, all right? Then cup and handle one target is postpone of height of the cup and handle one. So I guess you should just read the percentages then for yourself just a little second. Then again, cup and handle bullish pattern two with the cup and the handle. Bullish breakout validating C and H2 with the same increase right now. And I guess another one will come from here on forward as well. After we hit about 74,000 or so, at least. I'm not actually sure about that one. If cup and handle should keep following after each other, because that's, I guess, kind of rare then from a certain perspective. However, again, we should see, I guess, similar gains or somewhere along the lines of that happening in the near future after we've broken out here, which I guess is ensued already a little bit, right? Yeah. Is it perfect? No. Should it be perfect though? No. So it can actually still follow this through. It can definitely do that. Let's move on a little bit though. Let's quickly read. This analysis was intentionally simple to hit the mark with my audience. In reality, I like to surround myself with as much information, trading charts, and technical indicators as possible. I personally don't like that. If you really involve yourself with too many technical indicators, you're taking away the simplicity of trading, making it more difficult than it has to be, and are most likely involving yourself too much with the surroundings rather than the real price action. One of them in particular is the historical trend line, which became resistance around June 1st, 2019. I invite you to consult my analysis of July 18, 2019, still yes in force. Let's quickly check that out by zooming, or we can actually press it here. Historical trend line was once a support from 2011 to 18. All right, that's actually really interesting. Okay, so this was the previous all-time high, 2013. Another cup and handle, I guess, with no real handle. I guess a little bit of a cup. With an X all-time high pass, thanks to the cup and handle, is bull run to all-time high. All right, then all-time high, another cup. Historical trend line became resistance since November 2018, confirmed by the rejection at 14,000 June 2019. That is right around, let's see here, June 2019. Okay, so that is right around here. We got rejected. So this support, which has acted as support for years, ever since 2011, had turned into a resistance somewhere throughout 2018, and we still stood below that here in 2019. We retested it, but yes, it indeed acted as some resistance. And then he said, the historical trend line remains resistance, resulting in a return to $6,000 support, followed by a bull run up to the historical trend line to $75,000. So back then, his idea, or at least one of them, was that this will remain the resistance and will actually keep touching it, but then all the way towards 75,000. With scenario number one being, if all-time high at about $20,000 back right here is exceeded thanks to the cup and handle, is the historical trend line becomes support again, is bull run direction $300,000. Okay, so we haven't really broken it. However, the pattern does play out quite nicely. All right, but it's mostly scenario number two here, not scenario number one. So basically what didn't happen is the cup and handle pattern, which he likes so much, repeating itself. However, we did get a new kind of pattern. I'm not exactly sure what type of calculation he did for that. I guess it's just a retest in due time with no specific calculation next to it. But it kind of invalidates his first analysis here of the cup and handle repeating itself, as it didn't do it here either. However, there's a chance for it, right? However, I do like to believe in this bigger scenario, though. It does mean, I guess, 300,000 is not in the charts, in the pipeline, unless, again, you're going to draw this line on further and still kind of estimate as to where we could go eventually, or where we're going to be heading in a couple of months or years from now. But the bottom scenario here, scenario number two, towards $75,000, is definitely not far off. It's definitely not far off. It definitely is a nice one right there. I do kind of like it. Then Bitcoin to USD week 11, new all-time high. So this is actually a little bit of a shorter one, but I thought it was interesting because it mentioned grayscale. And once more, if you're wondering why I put Bitcoin in mostly XRP price videos, it is because I think it is very important to understand what's happening to Bitcoin, as that's where most of our XRP gains are going to stem from anyway. Grayscale, one of the largest crypto asset managers, announced on Twitter this week that Bitcoin accounts for $36 billion of their holdings in the crypto space. Another Bitcoin exchange-traded fund was listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange on Tuesday, and according to an announcement from provider CI Global Asset Management, regulators have approved the final prospectus for the CI Galaxy Bitcoin ETF. The ETF traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange on Tuesday under the ticker BTCX. New York City-based asset manager WisdomTree Investments has filed with the US SEC to launch a Bitcoin ETF, and last but not least, a lawmaker in France has signed on to a new petition calling for the French government to allow the country's central bank to buy Bitcoin. I actually just saw that today, and I want to talk about that in 5-Minute Crypto as well. If you aren't already, go subscribe to that channel. Among its signatories is Jean-Michel Mis, a member of the National Assembly since 2017, who also serves on the Committee of Legal Affairs. Technically, our analysis last week was right. We saw that the structure of BTC was ready for an up move, and it did just that. Now, it broke the top once again, and if we see it consolidating in that area, it'll make us think that it will push at least once more, or it will push at least one more up. Corrections are likely going to reach the blue trend line and then reverse. All right, so his idea here, we're actually in the, let's actually see how this played out, because this is also from yesterday. All right, so we actually closed above there. He's saying small little bounce, then move back upwards. Well, basically, in my broad view of things, is this is a bigger support. Doesn't really matter too much. This whole line here, we only tested twice in a short span of time. Is that really strong? Potentially, we will know rather soon here. However, we have passed this resistance basically, or we have passed. How do you say that? We have passed. Whoa. Past a certain point. This is also something I usually take into my videos myself. If we go to the chart here, let's quickly take a little bit of a look at the Bitcoin chart, because I hope I still have it open. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is something that I've shown you guys in a video yesterday. You're seeing exactly how it went, exactly what my plan was, right? This is the 1 hour chart, and what we did was when it broke out here, we decided to buy once we got the confirmation. It went through, we got ourselves our 3.5% profit, closed out perfectly, and then right now it's going back towards our entry. The thing is, guys, these types of moves are quite easy to predict, quite easy to kind of expect and trade upon. However, they are very scary to move up on a little bit further. Because right now what we're seeing is that this little point, our buy-in basically, is acting as a new support. But will I trade this one for right now? Definitely not. We're only going to be watching that for a breach. However, the most important one to watch right now is about 58 or so thousand, not even this about 59.25. I think this point is a lot more relevant because this one is too soon, too short. However, we did already see 1-2 tests in a very short amount of time. So yeah, it might actually keep bouncing up from here. We might see a new channel forming pretty damn soon here. Maybe like this little area might be a new channel forming. We'll see though. It's really going to depend on quite a lot of factors. And all I'm saying is if you want XRP trades in that regard, then don't mind this too much because it's really moving on its own mostly. As you're seeing here, Bitcoin broke out a couple of times with some crazy severity. XRP is actually still within the same area, still hasn't broken out of this range between about 40 cents and 50 cents, and thus we are first waiting a move like that before going for any crazy trade. Once more, you can try to trade top to bottom every single time, but I'm not really up for that right now. I'm only going for the major Bitcoin moves because, well, why go for risky trades when you can only do things, or where you could also do things more secure and make a lot more money that way because you are more certain, so you can put more money on the line. Then, Cardano ADA whales may be responsible for consolidation as population has shrunk. Cardano whales, holders of more than 1 million ADA, may be responsible for the current consolidation by liquidating or reducing their positions. Wallets with at least 1 to a maximum of 5 million ADA have fallen from 22.94 to about 22.59 since the end of February. Is this really relevant, guys? Is it really? A fall like this is actually quite logical. You might say that this will only keep increasing in time as they want to get themselves more ADA, want to hold up, stack up, whatever. But it's actually quite logical that a lot of these accounts actually go down in holdings, basically. Part of this is because they split up. And also, think about this. It's very coincidental that between 1 and 5 million ADA, that has gone down minus 150. But at the top here, there's plus tens of thousands. It's plus huge amounts. What it basically means is it's all about how much ADA is being held by people. It's not really about how many whales have changed up. Unless you're talking really about all these whales selling, then yeah, it would maybe be an issue. But for right now, I don't think it's really that bad, mostly because we don't know what's going on. We don't know exactly what happened here. We don't know much about it. We have no clue. And the bigger picture there is, this is, how much, 2 weeks? I think about exactly 2 weeks. So what is this going to do? What is going to change for us? Nothing. It's an interesting statistic because it does show something odd. Why would people only between 1 and 5 million sell this much, but people would MacBook is almost shutting down. Let's put some juice in this baby. All right, it's charging now. Why would those be the only ones to sell, and then a little bit more ADA don't, and a little bit less ADA don't either, except for between 400 and 500,000? A little bit odd. To me, this is sometimes that people are just spreading their wallets, or this is one bigger actor doing something crazy. For example, one guy with a ton of 2 million ADA wallets has just decided to form them together into a, for example, let's go for a 25 million ADA wallet, maybe something like that, or a couple 25 million ADA wallets. He's just sold a lot of these ones into this one, or basically sent them away. Yeah, it could be a lot of different things, guys. It doesn't actually necessarily show anything, this. It's just maybe interesting for your head, but it doesn't really do anything in practice. Then, Binance chiefs respond to CFTC probe. There's a couple of ads here. Do you actually care about this type of stuff? I'm kind of wondering if you guys do. Like, do you think this is really important? Because what I've said before is Binance, I don't think is really going to be hurt at all from things like this, all right? They most likely got their stuff pretty much figured out, and whatever's going to happen, it won't be a really big scandal. Most that could happen is that people from the US are going to have it a little bit more rough, and that some KYC is going to be coming in, but it's not like there's going to be one bigger scandal or anything like that, or that BNB is going to be wrecked or anything like that. No. So I'm not too worried about that regardless of the situation. By the way, side note, if you were wondering what this platform is, this Prime XBT, this is what I use to trade Bitcoin right now, to trade some of my other currencies. You can see them right here. It's mostly leverage trading. That's all I do on here, as you cannot just buy the coins. But there's also a 50% deposit bonus right now, which you can trade with for a day or so. I'm not sure exactly how that works. You can look it up. But go check it out. Link is down below. This is, by the way, not for US citizens. If you are from the US, make sure you use a VPN. All right? It's usually that way, but make sure you use a VPN because, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. If you're from anywhere else outside the US, though, you're most likely good, but check it out for yourselves. I'm personally using it. Then, we don't have to go too far into this one. The NFT craze offers easy money and hard copyright questions. I didn't really know too much about this myself either. I've been learning more and more about NFTs, and I know there's quite a lot of different pieces in which they are, different places in which they are good for. Yet, yeah, there's always this issue of copyright, officially, yes. But there's also this question, in my opinion, of what can you really sell as an NFT and what can you not do? For example, what if I were to go outside right now, I'd buy a random piece of art, or just photograph somebody else's piece of art and then put it up as an NFT. What if I have, for example, if an Elon Musk were to do it, he just went somewhere, took a picture, snagged it, and is like, hey, I want to sell this piece of art. He could just do it because it's his picture, right? But then because he pictured somebody else's artwork in somebody else's house, then maybe again he cannot do it. But the digital form of things is actually only his own. So how does that work? Maybe it depends per country, because I know the copyright laws of that type of stuff also change wherever you are. For example, in some countries, you cannot take pictures of legal buildings, like government buildings or so. But in other countries, they don't really care. You can do whatever you want. But then maybe in some countries also, that falls under their right, because you cannot reproduce it to a certain degree. You cannot really use it for anything. Bigger question, I guess, being, because you guys don't really care too much about my blabbering here. Can you cheat the system a little bit with this one? And are people being cheated? It's a question I have. Then, let's see here. Barstool Sports' Dave Portnoy admits he was wrong about Bitcoin. What he did was he had some paper motherfucking hands, right? What he did was he bought Bitcoin, I believe on recommendation by the Winklevoss twins, $200,000 worth. Then a couple days later, a couple weeks, no, 1 week later, he actually sold it at a loss, which was right here at about August 21st, right? It's kind of difficult to see how he sold it. Am I seeing a mosquito? I saw something move, but I cannot see it anymore. I'm so gonna have a hunt, guys. In just a second, when I stop this recording just now, is this mosquito gonna wish he never lived? Oh, if I find him at least. let's hope, guys. Please in the comment section, bless me with the power to find this motherfricker. So he bought $200,000 worth August 13th, then sold it all just a teeny weeny bit afterwards at August 21st. What a freaking loser, huh? He's going to hate himself right now because back then, the Bitcoin price was about $12,000. He would have made $1 million in a snap, in a couple of months, half a year. Wow. Yeah, must hurt, must definitely hurt. And then a couple other things, guys. Go check out GSX, the first gold-backed crypto. The sale was only a couple more days right now. It's pretty late, but it's almost done. And yeah, it's basically the first gold-backed coin. I personally have a couple $1,000s into it. Right now, it's 10 cents a pop, plus a 7%, plus a 5% bonus for using my link. It's just kind of bonuses for being early. And it's not the best project out there, most likely. It's not the worst. It's basically a chance to make something really, really big or lose it all. That's the way I like to see it, right? That's why I put a couple $1,000s into it, because I got to try it out. And you guys know about my risk to reward, right? Sometimes you got to go for some crazier projects. I'm really hoping this one's going to go times 25, times 40, times 50, something like that, something crazy. But we'll see. All right, all we can do right now is wait it off because I've already bought my coins, couple $1,000s worth, and let's see. And then I wanted to talk a little bit more about bitrue and Flare, but let's do that in the next video. Guys, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in another one. Yeah, take care.